So check it out. I just got hit with some pretty big stuff while I was brushing my teeth, which is pretty cool. Um, what if we lived with real faith that God is a God of action? That we didn't have to defend our faith. We didn't have to defend what we believed, but we believed that God could defend himself. That God could show himself to people. God showed himself to me. Um, and so this kind of idea has been kind of boiling up in me recently. I've been in the middle of kind of an apologetics battle with a couple guys on Facebook, and I mean, from the get go, I was like, I know that a lot of this stuff could end up being pointless because I know that when you have a certain perspective, you can prove all the points in the world about that perspective because you have that perspective. So you can argue points back and forth forever, and you'll always be able to come up with some points that support your perspective. So I knew that this could be a pointless battle, and that the real issue is in your heart. And just thinking about that, and this passage came to me, 1 Kings 18. It's about Elijah and the prophets of Baal. I don't know how you say the other guy's names. Baal, I guess. Baal. I don't know. But here's how it goes. And Elijah came near to all the people and said, "How long will you go limping between two different opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him." And the people did not answer him a word. Then Elijah said to the people, "I, even I only, am left a prophet of the Lord. But Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let 2 bulls be given to us. Let them choose 1 bull for themselves and cut it in pieces and lay it on the wood, but put no fire to it. And I will prepare the other bull and lay it on the wood and put no fire to it. And you call upon the name of your gods, and I will call upon the name of the Lord. And the God who answers by fire, he is God." And all the people answered, "All right." It is well spoken, but that meant all right. So, basically, the situation looks like this. God is God. I believe my God is going to answer. This took a lot of guts. This took a lot of courage, because if Elijah set this little situation up and then God didn't come through, he'd look pretty stupid. Not only that, but he'd probably be killed, stoned to death, or burnt with the wood that ends up catching on fire. But Elijah had enough faith to know that Baal was not real and was not going to answer, and that his God was real, that the Lord was real. I'm asking, what would it look like if we lived like this, if we believed in our God like this, where we don't fight apologetics battles, we only point to God. How I kind of ended that battle was by saying, look, we could do this all day, but you got nothing to lose. You go seek God. You go sit down and you ask God to show you the truth. If there's a possibility that this is true, you have you have nothing to lose, right? You have nothing to lose by just going and asking God to show you the truth, and to really mean it from your heart. I believe that my God will answer. I believe, with the faith that Elijah had, that if the person that I was battling apologetics with, if that person really sits down with God and really seeks after God, God will reveal himself. God will show himself. God will change his life. He'll transform his life if he does that with everything that he is. I feel like a lot of us are scared that God's not going to come through. But I know my God came through for me when I asked him those questions. When I went after God, God revealed himself. And I think this can happen too with other religions and stuff. I always share the story of one of my Young Life guys who's a really good friend, and he's you know he's given his life to God. He's given his life to Christ, and he's asking me, how do I know Christianity's right and Mormonism's not right? And I said, ask God. You know, now I could have sat there and I could have came up with all these points and all these things and all this. This is wrong. This is right. This is wrong. But I trust my God enough to say, you go find this truth for yourself, because I know when you find the truth for yourself, it's way better than if somebody tells you the truth. So, so I just told him to seek God. I don't do this a lot. I don't trust God enough with this. I don't think any of us do. I think we're scared, and we think we need to have it in our hands. We got to have some kind of control over the matter. We got to have some kind of say in it. Maybe we are wanting to get credit for converting people. Maybe we want to say, I had a hand in walking that person to Christ. Um, but I think if we look at the big picture, and if we really trust God, and we really believe God acts and is alive and is still acting today, that some powerful things could happen. You know how the story ends with Elijah. The prophets, they call on Baal, and nothing happens. And Elijah calls on the Lord, and he lights things up. I think we need to trust God like that. Trust God like that. Yeah.